How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jolly Geek. Welcome back to the channel for another This Is My. If you've not seen this series before, this is the show where we meet a guest, talk about their collection and their comic book kind of habits, and we'll find out a little bit more about them. So tonight, I am absolutely over the moon to say this is my guest, the amazing Jason Parker.
Hello. Hi, Pete. How are you?
Hello. How are you, sir? Are you well?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. Listen, thank you very much for having me on.
Sexy. I like that. Do that again.
Thank you. Oh, hello there. Listen, I'm sorry it's taken so long for me to come on here. I know you've been asking me for quite a while, haven't I? And I've been not deliberately putting it off, but I put it to one side because I've just been busy with work and home life. But things are settled down now, and I'm glad to be on here. So thanks for inviting me, mate.
Over the moon to have you on, Jason. You know I'm a massive fan of yours, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But always nice to see you, my friend.
Thank you, fella.
Jason, what we're doing this show, as you know, is we're kind of get people to show off some of their collectibles. So I'm hoping you've got some nice stuff to show with, and we also put them through some hard-paced questions. So we'll get to some of those as the night goes on.
Okay.
Before we do that, I'm just want to quickly go through some of the stuff that's happening on my channel in the next few weeks, just so people know and what's been happening lately. We did Saturday night. We'll have to get you on this at some point, Jason. We've got Saturday Night Live. Just went by on Saturday. That was great fun. We did all the geeky news, looked at what we'll be buying, selling, all that kind of stuff. So do check that show out. Probably giving it a miss this Saturday, but we'll be back the Saturday after. So please do check that one out. I've done me moan about monetization video. Reused friggin' content, the bastards. So yeah, if you want to see a grown man cry, go check that out. And hopefully, if you are going through the monetization process yourself, it might, I don't know, it might give you some hints and tips on what to avoid, but we'll see. I did this the other night. This was with Chris from Off My Shelves, another Welshman. I'm collecting Welshmen at the moment.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So Chris is a lovely guy, really, really passionate about reading in particular. So I had a really good chat about absolute editions, which I love for my old eyes. It means I can actually read what's on the page. So please do check that bit out. Tomorrow, we've got an unboxing of a Skeletor figure, 1/6 scale action figure. So please go and have a look-see at that. Also, tomorrow night, got a new live show. We've got myself and Efren from Past Point Comics are going to be changing one of our regular videos to a live show, monthly live show, and we're going to be recommending what books we think you should pick up in October and reviewing a recent read. So that'll be 8 o'clock tomorrow night for an hour before the Killer Comic Show, lads. So do check that one out if you're interested to know what we're going to be reading in the future. Okay, Jason, before
look at that face, look at that face there, only a face a mother can laugh there. Oh my God.
I think it's much. Before we do that, I just want to quickly jump into the chat. We've got 16 people watching. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Please do hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you check out Jason Parker Comics and give him a subscribe as well. We've got StreamYard. Thank you for joining, my friend. We've got Luke from Hydra Collectibles. Hope everyone is well. Looking forward to this. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you joining. We've got my pal Efren from Past Point Comics. Efren is also going live tonight, his time tonight. So it'll be about 3 in the morning our time. So if you're up and about, please do watch that. If not, check him out on the Rewind. We've got Comic Lad Simon. Thank you for joining, my friend. We've got Jack. Thank you for joining, bud. We've got good old GP Venom. Always nice to see you, GP. We've got Pad Bear. Thank you very much for joining. And we've got Sean. Thank you for joining. We've also got my friend Deadman. Thank you very much, mate. I hope you are well. Deadman's got an incredible collection, Jason, of old Superman books. So yeah, we'll have to get him on at some point.
Oh, nice.
And we've got Chess One. Thank you very much for joining. And we've got Benjamin, the attention seeker.
Oh, look out. There he is.
Yeah, so here we've got
hiding in the corner.
All the gang are here.
Apart from James T. Keegan. Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, Jason. James will be jumping in soon, I'm sure, to say a good old AO.
Nice.
Let's just talk about you for a bit, Jason. Let's get into what we want to talk about. Now, 13th of March, 2021. Now, that's a very special date. Any idea why that's a special date?
Is that the first time you went on my show or I went on your show or something?
Absolutely. Have a little look see at this.
Like I say, as always, it's a pleasure having you on. And guess what, guys? We've got a brand new person. I'm going to break in his virginity right now. And his name is Pete. And he has a YouTube channel called Triple G Comics.
Ooh.
Hey, Pete.
Hi, everybody. Not sure what I think about you breaking in with virginity.
Not for the first time.
No.
So tell us, what does Triple G stand for? What does Triple G stand for?
So that was a long time ago, Jason.
Wow, mate, yeah.
I wanted to put that up.
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years, yeah. I wanted to put that up because it was your channel in particular that inspired me to get into YouTube. And then it was you that first approached us and said, I'm doing a live show. Do you fancy joining? Up until that point, I'd only done recorded videos and I was crapping myself. But you very, very kindly, because we hadn't had any conversation beforehand, really. You liked and mentioned things on your videos, but you reached out and offered for me to come on your show, which was the start of my YouTube career, really. And I guess I just wanted to start off by saying a massive thank you, because I know you did that to a lot of people. It kind of gave them that jump up. So thank you.
Well, I want to thank you because you'd have been like one of my first sort of long-time supporters of my channel. And you've been pretty much watching me from day one. And I knew you'd always sort of be coming in on the chat as well. And, that was massively appreciated. And have a lot of people sort of supported me from the beginning of me going, which I think would have been probably around about, trying to think now, would have been June 2020, I think. June 2020. So it was not long after the pandemic sort of started up in lockdown. And you were also prevalent in the comments, mate. And then we sort of reached out on friends on Facebook, I think, didn't we? And came back and forth. And I thought, let's get this going. He's got his channel, let's promote him, let's have him on, and see what he's all about. And haven't looked back since.
Yeah. The rest is history. And I did when I did my first ever live show, I obviously reached out and asked you to join, and you didn't disappoint, Jason. I don't know if you remember, but you went all out and you dressed for the occasion. So have a little look here.
Right.
Come to me, Superman. I defy you.
Just in case you didn't know who I was. Oh my God, I think I've just ripped. Anyway. Every expense spared. My name's Jason. I'm from Jason Parker Comics.
It's the freaking highlight. You're wearing a bin bag, Jason, weren't you?
Yeah, it was just a bin bag. And I think, to be fair, that was the same costume you used for some other videos I used as well. It's just recycling. They were pre-loved, It's just all about recycling.
Absolutely.
Like Luke says, that bin bag costume was epic. Yeah, I know.
It was do you know what? It was the effort you went to, bless you. For those that don't know, that was our What If Superman, and you came as General Zod. So
yes, yeah. I think I had the voice down pat. I think that was all right. I do think the outfit did leave a little bit to be desired. I did colour in my beard and make it as black as I possibly could using my wife's eyeliner. She wasn't very happy about that.
No. And it's always a brave decision wearing a bin bag in a hot room on a hot night as well.
I was sweating like a mofo, dude. I was really sweating. Honestly, it was a hot day, I think. And I remember I'd had a shower and put it on, and it started clinging straight away, and it was squeaking. Yeah, and every time I moved, there was a creak, and I wasn't sure if it was the bag or whether it was me. It's just really, really awkward.
Yeah. Anyway, jump into the comments quickly just to say hello. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop. Always nice to see Fuzzy. Nice to have a guest who can tell. Yeah, absolutely, bud. I agree with that. My show on Monday night went a little awry because the Americans can't work out the time difference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fuzzy has got a killer question for you later on, Jason. I haven't showed you some of the questions that the great YouTube community have given you. So you've got 3 questions.
Oh, flipping it. Right, okay.
Fuzzies are always superb. JP having a bit giggle at Jason in his bin bag.
Yeah.
Look at you guys there. Yeah, back when we were young, we were in the late 50s back then, I think. Yeah.
YouTube
hasn't been kind to you over the wow.
No, I know. YouTube's been a bitch. So it's
young bucks in that. I don't think I've ever been a buck, but yeah.
It's a lot more grey.
Yeah, the bin bag costume was epic. It absolutely was.
Thanks,
Nice
Lee.
to see you, Rich. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Luke, I missed the What If series you used to do. Bring it back. I say absolutely, mate, but I didn't have anybody that wanted to do it with us. So if you're interested, Luke, then by all means, I'd love to bring it back because it's one of my favourite shows. Shit, I watched that bin bag show. Fuzzy, it's interesting you saying that, mate, because when I was looking for clips to use for Jason, I went back and looked at some very old videos. And you're one of the first people to start commenting and following on, I think, both of our channels. So,
yeah, absolutely.
And
we still don't. I mean, I don't know Fuzzy's real name.
No, it's nobody.
I don't know what
Even
Fuzzy looks like.
His wife refers to him as Fuzzy Dunlop. That's what he looks
Really?
like. That's a picture there. Yeah.
Where has the name Fuzzy Dunlop come from?
Oh,
I want to know more about Fuzzy.
Yeah, let's get Fuzzy on here. Fuzzy,
get Fuzzy on.
Yeah,
Fuzzy on.
Reviews with Rich. Oh, reviews with Rich is up for What If. Superb, mate. Yeah, we'll get you doing that. Definitely get you doing that. And Luke's always up for a video. Absolutely. Let's bring it back. 22 people watching. Thank you very much, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe. Okay, Jason, let's start you off with a nice, easy question. A little bit about your backstory. Tell the people who you are. And I'm interested to know why you started off this whole YouTube malarkey.
Okay, so I'd been interested in comics for when I was a kid. You know, I used to read a lot of Star Wars comics and stuff like that. And you'd read them and just throw them away. And you had Spider-Man. I remember going on holiday, going to Tenerife, and my mum packing a whole bag full of comics. No clothes, just comics. And just so that I could just stay in the room and read comics. Yeah. And then, obviously, things change. You get interested in girls, stroke boys, whatever. You know, whatever takes your fancy. And, you know, as time went on, you put away childish things. And then you become a bit older, you know, like mid-40s, have a midlife crisis. Yeah, that's right. I have a midlife crisis, you know. I end up getting divorced after 20 years, and then it's, you know, settling down with a new partner and moving, and then finding common interests with Amanda. And the truth is, how I got into comics is that Amanda had a friend who was selling like a comic lot of books, right. And there were thousands of books in there. And I asked Amanda how much she paid, and I think it was something like £400 or £500. And I said, "Man, what are you doing, you idiot?" I didn't know much about values of comics then, to be honest with you. I mean, we're talking probably around about 10, 12 years ago now.
Yeah.
And so I sort of berated Amanda a little bit, saying, "You're an idiot, paying £500. Well, what's wrong with you?" Mm-hmm. And they were just sat in our front porch and in boxes, piled up for best part of a year or 2 years, and with the intention of one day going through them. And I think what happened, I think I was perhaps ill or something, or it was a weekend, it was raining. And I said, "Man, let's just go through these comics and just price them up." And as we were going through them, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of crap in there, right? But as I was going through them, I didn't know what a key book was then either. So I was trying to, I don't know, it wasn't Key Collector, it was some other thing I was using. Just looking at prices of comics. It might have been something like CLZ or something. And I was going through and I found an Amazing Spider-Man 101. Which looked first Morbius, and I thought, "Oh, that's okay." Then there was a Batman 181 in there. Oh, okay, nice. Then a Silver Surfer 4. Oh,
nice.
And as we were going through, there were more and more books in there that were like, "Oh, right, okay, we could do all right here." And then I eventually, priced up a lot of books and looked at them, and we, you know, Amanda had made the money back, no problem. And this is the problem with Amanda, is that she because she takes the credit for sort of me getting into comics. I had a bit of a bug then, see, it's of selling some cheaper comics and then getting more expensive comics. But it's all down to her, apparently. I'm the one who's pulled the effort in, but because she paid the initial £500, she's getting credit for everything.
Yeah,
and that really annoys me, quite frankly. It really annoys me. It's not on, is it?
No, I'm with you on this one, Jason. Yeah.
Thank you. You're saying that she's not here, but
Yeah. If Amanda was on screen, I'd be definitely agreeing with her.
yeah. So that's how it came about, really. And as time gone on, then I did my first slab. There was I don't know if you remember it. I don't think they exist anymore. It's something called Wolf Comics. They were based up north or some Midlands North around there, and I submitted my very first book to them to get slabbed. I don't know why it was them. There were many other places that were slabbing stuff at the time. And there was a Deadpool #1.
Oh.
And that was my first slab. It was from it was like volume 2. I don't know. We're trying to work it out what would it have been. But it was the first series, first full run of Deadpool. And do you know what? It came back as a 7.5, and I thought, that seems low. It seems quite. I didn't hear of cleaning or pressing then either. I just sent it off. Yeah. But there was a problem with the slab, surprise, in that on the silvery badge thing, there was a big streak, a mark, that had gone through it and failed their quality, should have failed their quality control. Right. So I sent it back to Wolf Comics. They sent it off, came back as an 8.5 rather than 7.5. Same book, hadn't been pressed, different grader, obviously. Yeah. And I thought, right, this is a slippery slope, this is. And even Wolf Comics said, we'd never seen this before, ever happen. That's gone as well. Because what they should have done, really, is just cracked it open.
Yeah.
And just, re-slab it, do you know what I mean? Without having to reevaluate it. But it must have gone through the grading process again, and ends up with a higher grade. Yeah,
not a bad outcome for you. And so, what then got you into actually filming that? What made you then make the leap to
YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, it was a case of Amanda was doing a lot of acting, right, and she was getting a bit big-headed. Let's face it, right. And she was saying, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're sat on your fat ass doing nothing, right? Mm-hmm. Don't you have any goals in life, And I said, well, no, my goal is to eat as many burgers as possible, really, yeah. And she said, well, you need to do something with your life. You need to do something. I said, what do you like? I said, well, I like comics. She said, well, why don't you do something with it then? Mm-hmm. And it was at the time, I'm trying to think who kind of influenced me. I suppose I was watching Comic Tom and Gem Mint. Yeah. They were probably the most prevalent people for me at the time of watching comic-related stuff. There weren't, at the time, if I can remember, that many British comic YouTubers around. So it was at that point I thought, let's do something here. Let's actually make the effort. And I'd had no experience at all in filming stuff before or editing, as you could probably tell from my first lot of videos. But it was really interesting. I found it really exciting. And I admit that in my very first sort of videos, I got overexcited on some of the slabs that I got, whenever I got a 9.8 or whatever, I'd go through the roof.
But that became your catchphrase, didn't it?
I think so. That was my stick. Yeah. I guess it was.
What I'm hearing there, Jason, is that Amanda bought and introduced you to the comics, and then Amanda started your YouTube channel with you.
Right. That didn't mean for it to come across like that. When you say it like that, she does deserve all the credit she gets. But of course, it was lockdown as well, wasn't it? We just got into lockdown. We were all like working from home, so we couldn't go out and do things. Couldn't go on holidays. So I thought it was a good time to start up then, really. And it was June 2020 when I think I put my first video out. And I just remember the whole process taking such a long time. Filming wasn't the problem. I used quite a sort of basic camera, I think I remember rightly. I did have one of those DLSR cameras. But I found that the sound quality wasn't very good on them in the end. So,
that was the start, eh? That was the start of
it. No, I know.
Yeah. Good. So let's just quickly jump to the comments before we move on, Jason. We've got Jack, best clip ever as one where He thinks there's a ghost opening his door and he's shitting himself. Still brave. Yeah, look, my favorite, Jack, I have to be honest, just, stroking Jason's ego a little here. My is a one that you guys probably didn't even know. And it was one where we did a live show. And I can't remember whose show it was. It might have even been Luke's. I can't remember. And Jason let a little pump loose. And he heard it. I think we kind of caught eyes at the screen, and there was a little schoolboy kind of yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, I thought I probably had headphones in, and I thought no one's going to hear it. My stomach was bubbling, and of course, didn't realise being sat on a leather chair didn't help.
Yeah.
Kind of reverberated a little bit, and
Thank
I
God
thought I
you
got
were
away
doing
with it,
that.
but I was looking at the screens and I could see you, Pete, sort of looking and going, did I just hear right then? I think James T. Keegan then. James was like, did I just hear that right?
Jesus.
And,
Yeah, that was a good impression. I like
yeah,
that. So we've also got Hydra Collectibles, Fuzzy Dunlop, the Wire reference. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Fuzzy, you'll do a show with us, 600 a show, and purple M&Ms, and I'll think about it. I'll get that sorted. My people will be in touch with your people, Fuzzy. I remember the shows when I was the only person watching. It was like having the cinema to myself.
Yes.
And as if we need more proof that grading is all a con.
Yeah.
Comic Lad Simon, that sounds like a good goal. I might do that. Eating burgers, I think he's talking about. Oh, we've got Adam here. Thank you very much for joining, Adam. Always appreciate seeing you. Hydra, people, myself included, love the over-top reactions to your unboxings. Yeah, very cool. Fuzzy, yeah, I remember that one as well, mate.
That was a nightmare. I hated that.
Attacked live on screen.
Yeah, I hate spiders.
Yeah. Okay, Jason, show her what you've got. Show her your first item. What have you got, Tam?
Come on, then. Where should we start? Anyway, I've just picked up recently. Oh, nice. I love this. Look at this now. I picked it. I'll tell you, I picked this up for $500, which is £370, something like that. Yeah. And got it from America. And I'm going to be honest with you on this one. I wasn't sure. I've just done a video on it, and the video's coming out on Friday. I kind of spoiled it now, my video, haven't I?
You didn't bother watching. Yeah, we know what you get.
No, forget it. I'm just shit. I didn't think that through.
Nobody will watch this anyway.
No.
Nobody, Jason.
Well, no, nobody watches my videos anyway, so that's okay. No, so basically, one thing I didn't sort of allude to on my video is that I felt that I was being ripped off by this eBay person. I feel quite bad now because the book turned up and everything was okay. It turned up late, but the chap who was sending it to me, he said to me that he was late because he was on the way to the post office and he had a stroke. Actually, just before getting into the post office, and he couldn't deliver the comic. And you hear something like that, you think, oh,
yeah, dog ate me homework, kind of.
Yeah. He just happened to be, but apparently it's true because he was in hospital, and but he's okay now. He says he's got full use of his extremities, which is good news.
So his first day back from hospital, did you tell him to get himself to the post office? Is that what happened?
Well, I said, where is this book then? Yeah. Because I appreciate you nearly lost your life, but where's my comic?
Yeah, where's my comic book? Yeah,
get your frigging priorities right, mate. Anyway, it turns out 9.8. It's in lovely condition. It's never been pressed, and it's got an old one of the old labels on it as well. Yeah. Like 07, look 07602. Yeah, so that's one of my favourite things right now, mate.
You're not bothered about the old label, Jason. You're not going to fanny on and get that changed.
No. I quite like some of the old labels, to be honest with you. Yeah, I know a lot of collectors don't like because it doesn't match their collection, and the case is a little bit flimsier, but you got me thinking now, mate. You got me thinking. I wouldn't, Jason. Just because
you never know what CGT are going to do these days.
No,
they might regrade it. They might regrade it for you. Yeah. Jack is yeah. Jack's impressed with your book.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, mate.
Yeah. Next question for you, Jason. Now I get a bit
Yeah.
of stick for this one, but I think you're a man of extremely good taste. So pick us what your favorite film would be. What would be your favorite movie? Because you're a big
Okay.
horror fan, aren't you?
I love horror, mate. I love horror. Listen, it really depends on the frame of mind that I'm in, right? I got lots of different favourite movies, strangely enough. I mean, Raiders of the Lost Ark is perhaps one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
And you can't beat it. It's what I like to look at then from a film that I can think as a favourite is one that I can rewatch over and over and never get bored.
Yeah.
And Raiders is one of those films for me. I love it. But then so is The Thing. I love The Thing.
Thing.
The whole premise of like who is infected with this alien. You know, the visual effects still hold up now. They're amazing. Better than any sort of CGI could possibly do. The bit where the dog's head split open and the doing the chest resuscitation and get his hands ripped off, and then the head sprouts legs. And do you know what? Yes, it's the visual effects. The cast is absolutely amazing in it. One of perhaps John Carpenter's best directorial films, I think. The fact that a lot of it's set in daylight. There's some nighttime scenes, but a lot of it's set in daylight. But it's still, because of this whole thing of like who is the bad guy here? It's almost like a whodunit sort of thing, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Have you seen the latest Indiana Jones movie?
Yes, yeah, I have. I enjoyed
think?
it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great film. I thought the de-aging effects were really good on Harrison Ford. I think there was one element where he was running along the top of the train, and it looked a little bit ropey with the CGI. It looked, I don't know, it didn't look right to me. Yeah. But apart from that, I thought it was a top-notch movie. You know, I thought it was a great film. Okay. I'm surprised it didn't do as well as we all thought it would, but maybe people were put off by Crystal Skull. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Okay then, Jason, thinking about comic book movies, I'm going to pop around your house. We're going to jump in the old hot tub that I know you've got outside, and then we're going to watch a Marvel or a DC comic book movie. What movie are you putting on for?
That's an excellent question, mate. Let me think. Because my first thought was I was going to put on Kick-Ass, because I love that film.
I love Kick-Ass. Yeah,
it's a great film, and it's a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Again, great cast. Something a little bit different. You got Nick Cage in it. You know,
a bit of Cage.
Yeah, I know. But if we're talking a Marvel film, let's think now. It would probably be Endgame. Something like that, because that's probably going to be the one that just is the big crescendo at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I look back on some of the Marvel movies now, and I don't rate them at all.
No, I'm with you, mate. I think some of the more recent Marvel movies just don't float me boat at all. You know?
And the old ones as well, Thor 1 and 2. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan.
Whoa, nah.
Oh,
I'm not having that. No, I'm not having. Thor 1 is very good. Thor 1 is very good. Endgame's an interesting one, because there are big chunks of Endgame that I think you could cut out, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
That big battle at the end is spot on, but I'm not that invested in the whole time travel bit in the middle, you know. But yeah, good pick.
Yeah.
Show us something else, and Jason, what else have you got in your collection there to show us?
Okay, here we go. We got Daredevil #1. It's 2.0, right? I know it's low grade, but I think it's in pretty good condition for a 2.0.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah, I really don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why. I mean, the back is nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some detached pages or something like that, maybe.
Well, but would that not get it a green label?
Would that be a qualified label if it was centerfold detached?
When did you get it graded? Is it a recent one or a?
I bought it. I'm trying to think where I bought it. It might have been from Slabhead Comics. Do you remember them?
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, Slabhead Comics. Sense copy.
That's a surprisingly reasonable priced comic, Daredevil 1. You can still get that for a decent price.
I think you can, really, mate. And really, you know, I do think it's underpriced for what it is, undervalued.
Yeah. It's that
And-
awful
and-
yellow suit Pat Bear's saying. That's why I
Yeah.
downgraded it. It's the yellow costume.
That's definitely it. It's got to be it. Why is
But it
that a
looks very
2.0? Why is it 2.0, mate?
Let just spice things up, Jason. Let's crack it open live on air and have a flick through those pages.
Who was the guy that opened up a slab with his teeth? Was that Skeff? Do you remember that? Yeah.
I know Ben, the attention-seeking geek, once opened one on the Killer Comic Show, but he used a hammer and all kinds of stuff.
Did it? How was the comic? Did it survive?
I can't remember now. I think he lost his cool halfway through and kind of just started beating it with his bare hands or something. I can't remember what he did.
One thing I've been toying with is to get a slab that I don't particularly like or want and test it out for whether it's waterproof or not and stick it in the hot tub and film it.
With you
To
and
see
a man
if
in the hot tub?
Yeah, that's right. It's in the hot tub and to see what happens. But, you know, have a little threesome in the hot tub.
I mean,
if it's waterproof or not. Yeah.
Well, it should be. The actual casing won't be, but the plastic sleeve inside should be sealed, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
I would do that, Jason, just for a laugh.
Give it a go, just see what happens.
Phil, define decent price. Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, I paid, I think it was around about 1,800 or 1,900 I paid for this in a 2.0. First appearance of Daredevil, mind. So if you want a first appearance of anything else, you're talking $5,000, really. You know? I mean, what's first appearance of X-Men and Thor now going for, mate?
The first X-Men, that one there is about $6,000, I think.
Wow.
Thor I haven't looked at in years. My DD I picked up raw. I can't remember what grade it is now, to be honest. But I paid at the time, so this is maybe 2 years ago, I paid £800, £900. It was it, like Jason says, in terms of your key Marvel first appearances, it was nowhere near the rest of them, you know, which was weird, really. Fuzzy, my decent and your decent are wildly different.
Sorry, Fuzz.
Okay, Jason, next question for you, mate. What is your tipping point? What grinds your gears? What pushes Jason Parker over the edge and gets you angry and irritated? Now, you have sent an image.
Yeah.
What the shit is that? What is that?
So yesterday I went to the cinema, went to the Odeon, and that was my seat to see a film called Talk to Me, which I'd seen before.
Good. Horror.
But it's excellent. Yeah, horror film, Australian film. Yeah. Very, very good. Very good. But that was my seat, right? So I instantly, being me, complained to the staff there. And their response was, just move to a different seat. But the problem is that there was 3 of us. There weren't 3 separate seats together. So, you know, everything about the... I just seen Pad Bear's comment about Forbidden Planet mystery bags. But my thing that really gets on my nerves is people on the phones in the cinema. People with their feet up on the seats. And that seat there, right? The woman behind me had her feet up on the seat right up on the seat to the right of that seat there. And I thought, this is really annoying me. And I was saying it, making it quite a loud point, saying, I'm not sure if people should have feet on their seats, really.
Yeah.
The other one I hate is when the film started and people are coming in. And they got their freaking flashlight on the. I get more and more angry, mate. I'm trying to stop me from. I don't want to swear.
Well, had it? No, you can swear. Crack on. Well, I'm not monetized. Screw them. We had James T. Keegan on here a while ago, and he said very similar things. And Connie got into a bit of an argument with her. Connie, surely you wouldn't think that seat is it? I mean, what is that on the seat, Jason? I mean, Fuzzy thinks it's something quite
another happy ending, right? Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know. I think it was chocolate. Could have been something else. That's my butter kiss there, though. Rah.
That's your what?
My butter kissed.
Okay. Yeah.
My popcorn. But yeah, very, very, you know, that's unacceptable, isn't it? Yeah. Why are you, Odeon, selling fucking cinema seats covered in shit. If it's shit all over it, take it off your website, and so people can't sit there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, in the Everyman, you don't get this kind of service, Jason. Have you ever been
You
in an
don't.
Everyman?
I love Everyman. Every got one in Cardiff. They're wonderful. They're brilliant. In fact, there's an Odeon in Bridgend that's called a Lux, and it's all leather seats, recliners, beautiful.
Yeah.
And I've started traveling further afield, an extra 10 miles, mind, just to go to a decent cinema rather than one.
But it's Cardiff. 10 miles, isn't it? It's 10 miles for a nice, comfy seat rather than one covered in jizz. Do you know what I mean? It's an easy
winner
choice.
every time. Every time, mate.
Yeah, so I take it you didn't sit in that seat.
No, I moved to the row in front, but then Alex, who we went with, which is Amanda's son, was being a stubborn teenager, wouldn't move. He was staying there because he thought he might have to sit next to a stranger in the cinema. Don't like that. Oh, don't like sitting next to strange people. So he stayed where he was. Amanda sat with me in the row in front for about 10 minutes. She went for a week and then went back and sat next to Alex so she could console him because he was crying in the horror film.
So, did you sit in the cinema by yourself?
You are such a liar.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar at all.
You are.
I'm not. Here we go. Look, this is live now.
So?
Like, literally, you sat next to Alex
Yeah.
in the cinema
I wanted to.
because you were worried about him. What is that
But he
there?
doesn't like horror films particularly. Well, he does like horror films, but
He was a bit scared.
I don't know. You were a bit scared.
Yeah, no.
Amanda, you've missed the start where Jason has basically...
Anyway.
Hang on.
I can't hear.
Oh, right. Sorry, go on.
I'm saying, Amanda, you've missed the start of the show where Jason's basically confirmed that you started the comic book craze by buying the comics and you started his YouTube channel. So he's eternally grateful to you.
Oh, shit. You're right.
Yeah. Come down.
Oh. Ah, hang on then. Hang on.
There she is. There she is.
Oh, what's going on with my hair? Like, yeah, that is kind of true. And I do hold him to that as well. But I did start it all off. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I did get him into the YouTube thing as well, didn't
Absolutely.
I? And I did, and I did mention a website as well, thinking about it.
Yeah.
In you go.
So
It's true,
really,
though, isn't it?
without you,
Come on,
Amanda,
you
you would be lost.
Come on,
wouldn't you?
please.
To be honest.
Well, exactly. He just relies on me, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think.
Like a child, yeah.
I'm just full of ideas. I mean, really, we need a takeover, don't we? It needs to be a Amanda takeover. Kick you to the curb.
What, you want to do a show on your own?
Yeah, why not?
You wouldn't know what to do.
What do you mean I wouldn't know what to do? It's not difficult. All you do is sit there in your pants. He looks like he's naked from the waist down, I've got to be honest. No one can see that.
Thank God.
What's happening
Thank God.
I know.
Yeah, come out.
No, I'm actually, no.
It's a live show. He's live.
Yeah, but I'm actually enjoying a conversation with Pete right now. What else has he been saying, Pete?
You just stay on, Amanda. Get in the chair, kick him out. Do you know what I mean? He's been nothing but pleasant and polite about you, Amanda, saying how superb you are and supportive. Yeah.
Well, you know I can check that, can't you, on the replay? So. What's Amanda's favourite movie of all time? Oh man, what is it?
Blazing Saddles.
It is, yeah. I do like Blazing Saddles.
Haven't seen Blazing Saddles for a long time.
I don't know whether I'm allowed to say I like Blazing Saddles, but
no, you can. Have you seen his latest thing on Disney? Is a brief history of everything or something. He did he did like a series. Mel Brooks, very good. Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah,
that was a very funny film, wasn't it? Yeah. Back in the day. What else do I like? I suppose like some of the old 80s horrors and things like that. You know, some of the old horror films.
He has been telling my mind that he's going to get you in the hot tub and do an experiment with one of his books to see if it sinks or swims. Or...
What are you on about? That's what they do with witches. What are we worrying about? That's what they used to do. You knew that, don't you? They drown him.
Do you know what? I can't hear because you've got headphones. I know what's going on.
That's a good point.
Like,
Blazing Saddles is the best. Yeah, that's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. You can do the next question. Amanda, you do the next question. What have we got?
Okay, what's that
Claim
question?
to fame. This is a perfect one for you, Amanda. Okay. Claim to fame. What I want to know is if you've ever been with someone famous, seen a famous actor, starred in a movie, anything like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the question? I didn't hear.
Okay, my claim to fame. Have I ever met anyone famous
Oh,
or been
yeah.
in a film?
Yeah. Yeah.
All of the above.
Yeah.
I remember I met Jason Momoa once. That sort of like sticks in my brain.
Wow.
But that was kind of like when he was doing Game of Thrones and he was still sort of like new to everything.
I mean, him and Jason are very similar in physique and style, I would imagine. So
Yes, they're very similar. Very similar in stature. Yeah. Build, muscle, stamina, everything. When I met Jason Momoa, I actually couldn't talk. I just lost the power of speech. It was really weird.
It was wonderful.
I just stared at him, and that was all I could do.
Was he glistening? Was he kind of just like shimmering in the light?
He had like a swagger on, you know. He was like, because it was in one of the Comic Cons. I think it was like
It's London Film.
it was London, was it? And he just walked through the crowd, and he just had this like way about him.
Yeah. And did he have a particular smell? Did you sniff at him? Did
I sniff him? No, I didn't get that close. Watch it. No, we
did.
had to go to, didn't we?
Yeah, you were proper.
Yeah. I tell you what else as well, like Zach Galligan from
Gremlins.
From Gremlins.
Oh yeah.
So before I was quite active on Twitter and I used to tweet him and all the rest of it. And then we went to a Comic Con and it was like for a photo op and he saw me. He was like, "Oh, Amanda's." I was like, "Oh yeah, hi." So he knew me and then he said, "Why don't you come and see me after?" And come and see me after. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So I told this one. And I did go and see him after, and as I was talking to him, he popped up with all the kids as well, which is like a bit of a
cock block for you, isn't it?
block,
Yeah.
which sucked.
Well, you were with me at the time. You remember me?
And I used to write for a magazine once, and I interviewed a few people as well.
All right.
Like
what
when I
magazine?
Well, it was a local one. It's called Buzz Magazine, but I also did a little bit for Scream Magazine as well, which is a horror mag.
Yeah, I read that.
So who did you interview then?
I interviewed Luke Evans. He was my favourite.
Yeah.
No,
Luke Evans, yeah.
Paul Young from him, the singer from the 80s.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Suggs.
Busted.
Was it Muck Busted or was it Busted?
It was Busted. Charlotte
Busted.
Church.
Jean-Michel Jarre.
Jean-Michel Jarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few other people, so that was good.
I mean, really, Amanda, you are the absolute talent in this relationship, aren't you? I'm surprised you
This shows
should
me
not
you're
be
mean, not
renaming
you.
the channel. Do you know what I mean? Amanda,
I'll tell you another secret as well. I was in a film and it's on YouTube, and you used to be able to buy it in Asda's or Walmart for like £5.
Oh, what film's that?
What's it called? I can't.
Don't let me in. Don't let me in. No, don't let them in.
Yeah, shit, don't let them in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to check that one out.
Terrible.
Jesus,
Yeah.
please.
That was a police officer. I was a police officer in that one.
Oh, I'll check that one out. I shall check that one out.
You can see it though. I think it's on Amazon Prime and stuff, you know, as well.
Yeah.
The two Jasons.
Thanks, Jonali. Yeah, thanks, Bad Bear.
Yeah.
What?
Tremendous.
I'm Arnie, of course. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are.
naturally.
Yeah. Right.
Naturally.
Can you go now? Seriously, this is bad because the show's about me, not you.
Okay, I'm taking the dog out.
We'll do another
Goodbye.
show, Amanda. A couple of weeks'
Do
time,
what?
me and you. We'll do another show. We'll
Yeah.
do a This Is My with Amanda Parker, the brains behind Jason Parker Comics.
Yeah,
That's what we'll do.
Because I
Yeah.
bet there's stuff like you don't know about me, really.
Yeah.
Like I bet you didn't know I used to interview people.
Yeah.
Or I was in a film.
What about jacuzzis?
Why are you trying to big yourself up, little man?
Go.
Come on, Lola.
Ah, there we are. I'm really sorry, guys. That,
Oh, best bit of the show, mate. Best bit of the
you have to. Oh, cheers. You have to cut that bit out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But to be fair, Jason, I think this is why people like your channel so much. The interaction between you and Amanda is spot on. So, it is great fun. It is great fun.
Oh, well, thank you. But I have to admit, again, I'm sure she doesn't hear this, but my videos tend to do better when she's in them rather than just me on my own. So that's fucking, it's just bullshit, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I'm sure really, Jason, we'll clip this bit and send it to her. I'm sure really you appreciate Amanda's support on the channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's killing me saying that, but yeah.
Jason, claim to fame. Now you've sent us some interesting images.
Aye, yeah.
So I didn't realise. I mean, I've known you a little while now, but I didn't realise you were kind of one of these people that goes to cons to meet people, meet celebs. and things
Yeah,
like that.
I've met a few over the years. Obviously,
Tell me about these.
well, let me tell you the first one there, Peter Dinklage. Well, lovely man. And my one regret is wearing that T-shirt, ruler of the remote. Do you know what? Sometimes you see a T-shirt and you think that's a really nice T-shirt. I like the style of it, the color, but you don't really read what's on it.
Yeah.
And it says ruler of the remote, and I thought that's such a fucking dick thing to wear, really. And to be fair, Peter Dinklage is trying to cover it up with his little hand, but he can only cover up the letter T for the because his hand's so small.
Yeah.
But he's such a nice guy. Really
I
top
thought he
guy.
was just caressing you, Jason. Is he not just giving you a nice bit of stroke there? Is he not?
Well,
giving
I
you a
don't
bit
know. Sometimes he does. He was putting some funny faces, to be fair. Yeah.
When was that? How long ago was that?
So again, this has got to be probably 10 years ago, maybe 2013, if I remember rightly.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah. Nice picture. And then John Hurt.
Yeah, John Hurt, what a lovely man. What a lovely man. Such a gentle soul. I remember seeing him years ago in, I think he was in, was it 10 Rillington Place? I think he might have been in that film. But he was in The Elephant Man, wasn't he? But of course, the big film, I suppose, was Alien when he first sort of came to the fore. Such a lovely guy. And he died not long after I met him, really, which is a shame.
My earliest memories of him, I don't know if you remember seeing an old TV show called The Storyteller, where he was kind of sat with his dog, and each episode was him retelling kind of a famous fable.
Yes,
I can't remember who, but it was superb, absolutely superb. But yeah,
he's got a wonderful voice as well, isn't he? Just one of those voices you could listen to.
Now I must confess, the people below, am I meant to know who they are? Who are they?
All right, have you seen The Human Centipede 2?
Oh my God, yes I have. Yeah.
If you've seen The Human Centipede 2, you're a weirdo. So am I. Because that's Lawrence R. Harvey there in the front. He photobombed a picture of me with the guy sat next to me. He's New Zealand, and he did a film called Guns Akimbo with Daniel Radcliffe.
Very good film, I like that.
Yeah, and he also did a film called Deathgasm as well, which is a great film. But having them there, that was good. And then sort of Lawrence, Amanda was very friendly with Lawrence and used to sort of message him quite a lot. And again, if you've seen Human Centipede 2, then it's a horrible film. But
I mean, just the fact you've been out for, what are you doing there? Is it just a night out or something?
Yeah, so that was Fright Fest. So that was one of the annual Fright Fest events in London. That was probably around about 2016, 17 maybe. And Deathgasm was out, and I think Human Centipede 2 had just come out as well, or 2 or 3, I'm trying to remember now. So they were just promoting it, and we were having a drink in a pub. And I'm not sure if this was Glasgow or whether this was London. I think maybe London. Good fun. Good fun, mate, yeah.
Jack thinks Peter's milking you.
Do you know what he probably is? That right? Yeah, pulling on the old teat.
Look at that! Look at that grin. First of all,
yeah. Now Stan Lee's changed over the years, hasn't he?
He looked a bit rough near the end.
George A. Romero again died not long after I met him.
There's a theme here, isn't there?
Such a nice guy, and I don't know what's going on here with my face. So it's like I'm grimacing, or whether I'm a ventriloquist dummy. I don't know what's going on there.
Are you operating George at that point? Is that what's happening?
I think he's operating me, by the looks of it. Got la gear, I'm saying. Again, such a lovely guy. And I was talking to him about would he ever do another Creep Show film? And he said, "Have you seen Creep Show 3?" I said no. He said, "Don't bother. It's fucking awful." Because Creepshow 1 and 2 were great. I loved them. But I'd never got to see Creepshow 3 because I'd heard it was bad. But yeah, what a really nice guy George A. Romero was. Yeah.
I mean, I think I think that what we're hearing here is if Jason ever has a photo taken with your run, that's the end. The death really.
Yeah.
Luke, I loved meeting Romero at that event. Wouldn't have. Oh, you were there at the same time. Wouldn't have gotten into the special effects industry without his influence. I was so happy to meet him. Yeah, tremendous, nice stuff. And then these ones, Jason.
Yeah, the Hoffman. I mean, my face there—that's a genuine excitement. I mean, I was a huge Knight Rider fan growing up. Everyone wanted that car. I loved all the turbo boosts, all the stunts. And the Hoff, he was my hero at the time, and to meet him in the flesh, and of course, ever since, in the last sort of 10, 20 years, he's kind of lived in Wales, not far from where I live.
Oh, right.
Because his girlfriend, who's considerably younger than him and probably a lot more prettier, lives, I think she was from Swansea way originally, but they moved to Thornhill, which is near Cardiff.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, a friend of mine, Brinley, he said to me he lived sort of like a few doors down from where Hoff was staying, and he was just walking down the street, and there's the Hoff, and he's mowing the lawn, and it's like it's really surreal.
Was he in his red speedos when he was doing it? But was he?
Not at that time. No, the weather was too cold.
Dead Man's got a good question here. Is he that tall, or are you sitting down at that point?
I'm on my knees. He is that tall. He's such a tall. He's 6'4", 6'6", maybe. I mean, I'm only 5'10". I'm a little short ass, I suppose. The girl on the left, she's beautiful. Doesn't that look like a picture like we're a couple?
Yeah, it does. It does.
It looks like really sort of. I love it. It's like natural, and she's lovely. Shani Vincent is her name. She's an Australian actress, and she was in a film called Bait. Where the shark ends up in the shopping mall.
You were talking about.
But more importantly, she was in a film by directed by my good friend Adam Wingard, called You're Next. And if you haven't seen You're Next, it's a home invasion movie where she is the final girl sort of thing. Really, really, really good, really good, great film. And she was lovely. She just done that movie, and never ever shaved that beard off. I know. Amanda says it looks like I've got an extra chromosome when I have a shave. And that's genuine. She can't look at me, so that's why I've got a beard. I suppose it's the same if when George Lucas or Steven Spielberg had theirs shaved off.
Yeah.
I think we're in the business called neck beards or something. We're called. Yeah.
I mean, that image of you with the Hoff, that headshot of you, I think that's the face you need to start putting on some of your films, because that's just, it's superb.
Superb. I was so excited to meet him. Really was. I really was.
You're obviously a lot more excited than you are with these two young ladies, because I don't know, you go from happy looking to kind of stalker look. Do you know what I mean?
I'm trying to look cool. I think I'm dancing inside. Right. Truth be told, I'm probably shagging them inside my head, and I'm trying to sort of keep an outward cool sort of thing about it. But I'm just thinking about doing the horizontal dance with them.
Yeah.
Lovely again. All really nice people, really friendly, and I know they're being paid. I understand that. It's like. When you go for a lap dance, isn't it? They're nice to you because they're taking your money. But allegedly, apparently, that's what happens. That's what happens. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But apparently, that's what happens.
Who is the lady, sorry, on the bottom picture? I recognise her, but I don't know who she is.
Game of Thrones, Cersei.
Of course.
I can't remember her name. Oh, God. Bad, isn't it?
Let's just
Someone in the comments can probably let us know who it is. It's terrible.
We've got one more, and again, who?
Well, that's my good friend Adam Wingard. He's directed Godzilla versus Kong.
Very good.
He did the Death Note movie. He did The Guest. Have you seen the film The Guest?
No, I don't think I have.
That's a good film. You haven't seen The Guest?
I don't think so. Which one's that?
So The Guest has got the guy that was in Beauty and the Beast. What's his name? The prince. He was in Downton Abbey or something.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, he someone down. So The Guest, he turns up at someone's house and says he's a friend. He served in the army and he's a friend of their son who had died in the army. And they take him in, but it turns out he's not who he says he is, and it all goes a bit wrong. Yes, that's a good film. Dan Evans.
Oh,
Yeah, The Guest is great. Really good film. Really good. But that's my good friend Adam Wingard. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Is that them? That's all the images. Yeah. Okay. Show something else from your collection, Jason.
Oh, come on there. What else have we got?
Oh my God, Jason! We can see that you haven't got pads on. Jeez.
It's all right. It's shorts.
That's short. It's
Yeah.
short.
Okay. Here we go. I tell you what, that would have been a bit of a turn up for the Bucks, wouldn't it? You know, flipping F. Lena Headey. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, mate. Lena Headey. That's it.
Good stuff. Oh, nice. Wow, 8.0.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a grade for the second
Yes.
appearance of Wolverine.
Quite
Very
honest.
nice.
I started off with a 2.5. It was a CBTS copy. And then I had a 4.0, then a 6.5, and then I hit the dizzying heights of an 8.0. I don't think, to be honest with you, I can afford to go any higher now. Although book prices are coming down. But yeah, it's
It's still a pricey book, that one, but isn't it?
yeah, it looks quite nice. White pages on this one as well, so it's never been pressed, but I'm not brave enough to get it cracked and pressed. So that's again one of my favourite books there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Looking at the comments, Simon, Jason, got any figures? Any action figures?
Only one fat one. No, I've got a couple of busts. I've got like a Frankenstein bust. I haven't gone down the route of figures,
we'll
to be honest with you. It's
That-
a slippery
Oh
slope.
my God! As bad as James's ass crack, we'll never get over seeing James's ass crack. Second Wolverine, absolutely fuzzy. Defo, second Wolverine.
Second Wolverine, absolutely, yeah. That's the people who have a 180.
What is the grade on your Tomb of Dracula 10? That's a nice book. What have you got?
Oh, right. Well, I was going to bring that up as one of the things, but I'll show you. It's a 6.0. It's a Pence copy. And do you know what? This is one of my massive bargains, right? I think I paid 150 quid for this book, something like that. Do you remember that video I did when I went to up north somewhere, Stoke-on-Trent?
Yeah.
And there was a place called Cannonball Records.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, we just picked up a load of books in there, and this was one of them. And I got it pressed and cleaned and sent off. Came with a 6.0. White page on that one as well.
That movie's going to be a little bit quiet. I mean, that book will probably take a bump, hopefully, when the movie comes out. But
Yeah, I know.
it's a bit quiet, isn't it?
It's gone very quiet, mate. Bit too quiet for my liking.
It's a great book, but great book. Okay,
you.
next question for you, Jason.
Yeah.
What is perfect day in your life? What would make a perfect day for you?
This is going to sound really bad now. But sometimes just having the day to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one around. Because my life is so hectic, as you can see, with kids and wives and animals. Look, let me let you in on something here now. Just got another kitten. So we got a kitten, a cat, a dog, a canary, a snake, loads of fish in our pond. So there's not much time to sort of have time to yourself. And when I do, my perfect day would be get a cup of black coffee, sit out the back in the garden on my own, in the sunshine, you know, or go out to a coffee shop and people watch. I love people watching. I love that, mate. I love it. Don't have to have beer, just a nice coffee, a croissant or something, an orange juice, and just watch the world go by. and take time out. And I need to do that. I don't do it enough, really. Although Amanda would say different. She said you're always on your ass doing nothing. I'm usually on my ass, but I'm doing something. It's editing or practicing up comics or doing. Always busy because I'm running two businesses because of there's the YouTube one, which is classed as a separate business to my comic business that I've got, and I'm working full time in HMRC as well. 5 days a week. So that's. That's crazy.
You know what? I don't think there's anything wrong at all with just having a day where you do note. My mum and dad, who've been retired for a good while now, they'll quite often say to us, if they see us if we go out for coffee on a Sunday, what have you been doing? Just sitting on your arse again? I say, I have.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've been at work all week.
Do you know what? Yeah, I fucking deserve it. You know what I mean? And I think it's good for the soul. It's good for the mind. It's good for reflection. And I think it's important to do it because if you don't, I think you can end up going over the edge. Mr. Leisure, that's it. Yeah, that's what Drat says. Yeah,
Leisure. I like that. And Comic Lad Simon here saying that's what my most favorite is. Absolutely, just sitting and chilling, and at the end of the day, if you've got no achievement out of it, that's fine. You don't have to achieve something every day. Do you know what I mean?
No, you don't. You don't. Yeah. Absolutely.
Good stuff. I mean, most people would say spend it with a wife, but obviously, Jason, you've gone a different time.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Okay, but show us something else from your collection.
Okay, what have we got now? Now, look at this. This is an exclusive because this turned up today.
Oh, nice.
9.6.
Wow, 9.6. Crikey.
Yeah, I know.
That is
sort of white pages. Again, because of the paper quality on these things, you don't really get to see these in high grade very often.
Yeah.
And to get a 9.8 is really, really difficult. So this is a 9.6 that I bought, and I picked up number 2 as well. And I paid £470 for this, and so it's not cheap. But again, this is for me one of the big spec books that I'm holding out for. Have you any thoughts on who is going to play Captain Britain?
I hoped Henry Cavill, to be honest. I thought, when he divorced himself from DC. Jason, just before we put that book away, mate.
Oh, sorry.
What did they do with the mask from that? Where did they put the mask?
Okay, so the mask goes inside, mate.
So did they take the? Because I've got a couple of copies of that, and I'm wanting to send it off. But the mask has got rubber bands in it.
Right. So
what you put rubber bands in the comic?
No. If you're going to get it cleaned or pressed, your cleaner or presser will recommend untying the rubber band from it and just removing it completely. As long as the paper mask is there, that's fine. Because what happens is that the rubber band deteriorates and affects the pages inside. So they just slip the mask inside. Because if it didn't have the mask, it would be a green label, qualified label, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which always, I get that it's there in its entirety, but when you think about the negative effect that a qualified label has on the value of a book, and the other classic is the Amazing Spider-Man 238, right, with the no tattoos. The book is there in its full entirety, but because it doesn't have a fucking tattoo, it gets a green label and is worth half the value of what a regular book is. It's crazy. It's stupid.
Crackers. Pat Bear suggesting Peter Dinklage or Warwick Davis for Captain Britain. That's a bold casting decision.
Tell you what we could do there is add them together to make one person. Height-wise.
Yes. Yeah. I reckon Henry Cavill, and I think for Union Jack, what you call him, who's just in that horrific Meg movie, Statham. Jason Statham.
It's the Stath, yeah. Directed by my good friend Ben Wheatley.
Yes.
Which I've spoken to and Amanda's interviewed. She didn't mention that before. Yeah, she interviewed him. He did a film called High Rise.
You probably didn't catch that. She's going to do This Is My with Amanda, the brains behind Jason.
I better not reveal too many secrets about it then.
Yeah. Hey, up. We've got MJ Comics here. Nice of you to join.
Oh, look out! There he is. Finished playing football or
Jason,
whatever he's doing.
what the hell is this?
Now that's when I dated one of those supermodels back in the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, this was one of my favourite times. So Amanda booked it. We went away. But I don't know what it is. I know she's too good for me, I guess, really. But she booked a long weekend away in York. I love York. York to me is one of the best places ever. Fantastic people, food, drink. The pies are incredible. But I stayed in a pub stroke inn called the Golden Fleece.
Right.
And it's reputed to be one of the most haunted places, certainly in York. And it's at the very end of the Shambles. I don't know if you're aware of the Shambles.
Not far from New York, yeah.
Yeah, so you got the Shambles is where they it used to be like all the butchers and all the blood would run down the alley, and it's thought that because of that, and it runs into the Golden Fleece, that all these evil spirits are supposed to congregate. From what I remember, there wasn't much bumping and grinding going on that night. Bumps in the night, nothing like that. Yeah. But they did have that. They did have that skeleton in the bar, and I thought that's a great photo opportunity there. Yeah.
But again, without the beard, it's.
Yeah, I know. Look, I know. It looks like I should be eating ice cream.
Yeah, it's not a good look for you, mate.
No, keep the beard.
Anyway, show another book from your collection.
Come on, then.
Oh,
How about that?
Yeah. Oh, sound. Who was saying?
Well, here's the thing, right? There's a bit of a story behind this one. I bought it raw, and I sent it off to Scott's Collectibles to be slabbed and just sent off. Unfortunately, they made a clerical error, and the book disappeared. And it turned out that they put it in the signing pile for Chris Claremont.
Right. Okay.
Now, Chris Claremont doesn't have anything at all to do with this book, really, although he was thought to be a consultant.
Yeah.
So, and he has signed lots and lots of these books, but it kind of got sort of mixed up, and basically, I had a free signature series signing of a book, and when. To be fair to Scots, they did say, do you want to have a different giant size X-Men of a similar quality, or do you want to just keep that book and no extra charge?
Yeah.
And when I looked at the prices, the signed copies, even with Chris Claremont, were like £200 or £300 more. So I said, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, no, it's free. I'll have it. Do you know what I mean? So, really pleased with it. The only thing I have been toying about getting rid of it. Only to me is that because I don't know if you can tell on here, it's the colour's slightly yellowy. It's not white. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's a 6.0. It's a good grade for that book.
6.0, off-white to white pages. The back's really nice and white.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just slightly yellowy, a little bit round here, and maybe and I just thought it'd be nice to get one that's sort of brilliant white, maybe but I can live with it. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Stunning book. Okay, Jason. So thinking about YouTube, what's a channel that you would watch regularly? Tell us about your favorite YouTube channel to sit and watch if you're just chilling on a night time.
Okay, you'd may be surprised to hear this. But I tend to watch a lot of food eating challenge channels.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So, I watch like Beard Meets Food, Adam Beard, or whatever. I don't know his real name. Yeah, Hot Ones is good. We have the celebrities on. They got to eat and they ask them questions. Randy Santel, Joel Hansen, they go all around the world doing these food challenges. I just find them satisfying, and I think to myself, I could do one of these. And in fact, Amanda and I did do a challenge together, if you remember. I don't know if you remember this. We did a cracker eating competition.
Remember that? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
it was, and
then we also did the hot sauce challenge, didn't we?
oh, the hot sauce. Jesus, I mean, that was painful. I've still got one of the sauce bottles somewhere. I'm too afraid to touch it.
I'm thinking of doing another one because I found out that firm do 2 additional heat levels.
What,
above the
further
one
up scale?
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, I like watching that. So because I have an unhealthy love of food, so I love seeing that. And again, just watching like Adam trying to eat these huge challenges, and people they don't believe he's going to do it, and he goes to America, and he just polishes off the food in record time. Leah Shakiva as well, I think, is another one. The lady, the girl, the British girl that does it, she's great. She can get a big long sausage and just goes right down. No gag reflex. It just swallows it whole. So she's always good to watch.
Talented young lady.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
MD Comics is saying he would smash the cracker challenge. Well, do you know what, James? We're all going to Liverpool Comic Con, so maybe we should record a cracker challenge.
We should do something. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
million percent. Yeah.
We'll have to have a think about that because we could do it. That would be good fun. We'll do that. GP Venom, he did a one at my local, so I didn't know that, mate. Didn't know he was around here. Dead Man, surprised she doesn't eat her nails.
She's got really long nails. Yeah.
Okay, Jason, show her another book, mate. What else have you got on your shelf there?
Come on, then. This is a nice book. Classic cover. Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I haven't got that
50.
one. I think I need that one.
First
Kingpin, isn't it?
First Kingpin, yeah. Classic cover. But the case itself, can you see that there?
Oh, has it got a crack on it?
No, it's scuffed massively.
Oh,
I bought this. Another story behind this. Fucking. I think it was Comic. Oh, here we are. No, I mean it's got Metropolis on the back there. It's not from Metropolis.
Yeah.
It's Comic Connect, right? And I bought it from them, and I can't remember how much I paid them. To be honest with you, it was maybe 400 quid, something like that. And when it arrived, I had scuffs all over. And they said, I said, "Oh look, oh hello, I'm back again.
You're back. There you are.
Can you see me?
Yeah, see you.
Oh, what happened? What happened there, mate?
Was that ghost coming back? I don't know if it was you or me. I don't know.
Was that you or me? Was it might have been me?
No idea. One of them.
Oh my god, I'm scared.
Hit the matrix.
Right. Oh wow. Anyway, basically the case was scuffed and buggery, and I just asked them if they would pay me compensation to get it re-slabbed. They wouldn't. They wouldn't do that.
Really?
So I was a bit pissed off for them. So I never bought anything from them since. But looking at it, it's never been cleaned or pressed, and it is one of those books I've got in my pile that I will be cracking open and get it CPR'd. But yeah, it's a great book, but I'm not 100% satisfied with it, and I think I can get a 0.5 out of it, maybe. So
what grade was it, Jason? Sorry.
Sorry, it's a 5.0. Yeah, 5.0 on that one.
I mean, it looks nice, doesn't it? It looks.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, Jason. So next, what we've got are a few questions from the community. All right.
Oh, right. Okay, it's far
now,
away.
These tend to Warwick Davis getting his own back on you, karma.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. People who've perhaps watched me on live shows before realise I have a particular disdain for Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Don't like him.
No. Okay, mate. A couple of questions from the community. Now these, I ask for questions, and the vary in kind of sensible to mental. Right. So we'll start with sensible from good old Luke, because Luke would be sensible. What is the most sentimental book that you will never sell?
Okay, I think it's going to be a book that I'll be showing you very shortly. It's my Avengers #1.
Okay. Yeah.
Only because it's a book. When I first started getting into comics and collecting, was one of my key books I really wanted, and I thought I'd never be able to get it, and now I've got it. I love it. It's a Pence copy, but there's no way I'm selling that one. I can't sell
It's
it.
a special.
It's staying in my collection. It's just
Considering it's not really got any first appearances in it, it's a kind of a it's an emotional book. Yeah, I've got a copy of that as well. I'll never let that one go. Okay, now similar theme to what you just talked about a little bit earlier, I suppose. James T. Keegan, what's your favourite meal? If you're your last meal on Earth, Jason, what are we going for?
We're going for an Indian, mate. Let's do it.
Yeah,
we're going for a curry. Yeah, Indian food. I could eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And of course, once you've eaten Indian food, but something's got a bit of a kick to it. Any other food kind of feels a bit bland afterwards. But for me, I mean, I don't like these super hot curries where you're having a fowl or a bloomin' vindaloo or a tindaloo or whatever. You just literally, something that's got a nice, maybe a chicken makhani, peshwari naan, keema rice, maybe.
Is this what we're doing on the Friday night then? Or having an Indian on the Friday?
I think we've got to go for a curry. I think we should do, really.
Comic Lad Simon likes a nice jalfrezi. Yeah, jalfrezi.
Yeah, jalfrezi is great. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, lovely.
Partial to an onion. I'm a simple man.
What about you then, Pete? What's your
I'm
favorite
a wuss. I tend to, if I'm having an Indian, I'll go for an onion bhaji. I love them. And then I'll normally go for something like a
chicken masala or something, or?
No, dead basic, a korma or a tikka masala or something like that.
Right, yeah.
Not very
nothing wrong with that.
With that.
No shame in that, mate. No shame in that. Yeah,
okay. Next question from Fuzzy of the Dunlop. Now, you probably need to consider this one, Jason.
Okay, let me think about it.
If you had to spend a week with Boris Johnson, how long before you bring up his hair?
Wow. I try. Right, you know me. I'm the most polite of people.
Exactly.
I don't like to speak my mind.
Yeah.
I don't like to offend people at all. So it would probably be as soon as I see him. Realistically, if I was spending a whole week with him, I'd give it a day. Get to know him, realize how much of a dick he really is, and then say to him, "Look, your hair, mate, sort it out." You know what I mean? And then sort your life out.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, though.
I mean,
question,
like I say, as usual, great questions from everybody. Thank you very much. Do appreciate that.
Brilliant questions.
Okay, show another book, mate.
Come on, then. Well, let's assume we've already spoken about it. Let's bring up the Avengers one here. So it's a lovely bright copy. I picked this up for £800. Wow. And I got it cleaned and pressed, sent off, and it came back as a 4.0, which I was really, really pleased with. I sent it to James Gower to get it cleaned and pressed on this one. And we thought it maybe 3.5 at a push at 4. So to get a 4, really pleased. Yeah, again, UK price variant on it. But it's just a classic cover. And again, I remember seeing this before seeing it on a comic. I actually remember seeing it on, and I've got a few of them, the Stanley Artworks, the box canvases. And I got one literally by here, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Hang on a second. So you got that one there, yeah, and you got a signed by Stanley with the signature on there, down there. So yeah, it's I just love those kind of things, really. And Amanda got me into those box canvases. I mean, they're expensive. You're talking a grand a pop, for those things. And we got about 6 of them.
The superb pieces on the wall, aren't they?
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Pad Bear, I know it's a grail, but why? Why did they draw Hulk like a hunchback?
Yeah, I know. He looks He looks special in it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's weird. I
It's a
mean,
stunning-
there he is there, look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. But it's a stunning book to have, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yeah.
like you say, it's an amazing book. I love it. So speaking of Avengers 1, and obviously that introduces us to Loki, if we think about some of the best villains out there, Jason, who would be your favourite comic book villain?
I think Dr. Octopus is one of my favourite villains ever.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, really through watching the cartoons in the, certainly Spider-Man Unlimited, was it in the 90s maybe that was?
Yeah. Spider-Man radio. Sorry.
That's the one, yeah. So, again, Mysterio, another great villain. But for me, Doc Ock is great. I like his backstory. And I like the fact that he's got 8 arms. You can do a lot with it, can't you?
Yeah. Okay, bud. So very cool villain. You got a couple more books there. Show another book. What else have you got on your shelves there?
Okay, we are going down the realms now of Golden Age. And here I've got my very first Golden Age pre-code horror book, Crime Suspense Stories. It is, for some reason, a key book in the Key Collector. I don't know why, but it is a bondage cover, as you can see.
Yeah.
Which are very, very collectible. Picked this up from the London Comic Mart just last week or week before. The guy there called Mix Comics, really nice guy. He did a really good deal on me for it. I mean, he had it up for $350. I got it for $300. And looking at GPA, I managed to get it for just under GPA on it. But it's these are the sort of books I've been after for a while, and in fact, the last few days I've been obsessing a little bit over trying to get more of these books into my collection and realizing how expensive they are.
Yeah, I haven't got any. I'm keen on some of those pre-code horror books, but they are very pricey. Some of those classic covers,
There's that classic cover, is it Black Cat Mysteries with number 50, where the person's face is sort of. I think he's had like a radium. It looks like he's got a cigarette or something, and his whole face dissolving. It's really grotesque. Brilliant though, lovely.
Yeah. There's like a couple of those, but yeah, they are pricey books to start going down the line. Okay, Jason. So if we were to ask you to give the viewers a bit of advice, it can be about life, it can be about collecting, it can be about whatever the hell you want. What advice would you give people?
Okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, and I think my problem is I'm quite impulsive, and I get a bit deflated if I can't get something that I want. If I've got to wait too long to get it, just be patient. It'll come to you. And I've always said this, there's room for everybody in the comic community. You got your collectors, you got your sellers, you got your flippers. And if it means that if you can flip a book to allow you to get the book that you really want, then go for it. Do it. There's no shame in it. I know some people don't like in the comic community, but bollocks to them. There's enough room for everybody, different types of collectors. And if there's a book out there, don't give up with it. If it'll just take time. You start off slowly and small, and then just gradually build up, and you're able to do that.
I think that's incredible advice, Jason, because I think both me and you over the last few years have managed to probably achieve books that you never would have thought 3-4 years ago you would ever get your hands on.
That's so true, mate. So true. Yeah, and sometimes like guys now like watching, they think, how can I get these books? But if you really want them and you're determined, just start, like say, start off small and just build up, and you will get to the book that you really want. So just be patient. Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff. I like that, Jason. That's great advice. Okay, mate. Last kind of show off. What have you got to show? What have you got to show? Pick a good one.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh. Okay.
Look at those legs. Sexy, sexy, sexy legs.
That's my Steven Seagal training there
I
of
could
lifting my
see
leg just past
when
my
you
knee.
when you did that. I thought, well, to be fair, I thought Bruce Lee, but now you've said
Yeah.
Seagal. That's exactly what it was.
Bruce Forsyth, more like. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So here we go. This is classic book here. Sense copy, Fantastic Four 48. You've got First Silver Surfer and Galactus in cameo in here. Funny story about this. Now, there's another Fantastic Four cover, isn't there? Like a modern book, similar to this.
Yeah.
I think it's Fantastic Four 237. I can't remember the number. Guys will know in the comments probably. And I was selling that on eBay a few years ago.
Right.
I think I sold it for like 60, 70 quid. Because someone thought it was this book.
Yeah.
But I made it quite clear. What the actual book was. There was no reference to it being a 48. And I made it quite clear in the description. And I sold it for a ridiculous amount. You know, they must have thought it was getting it for cheap.
Yeah.
I didn't have the heart to sell them.
No, never mind. They've probably set it to be slabbed or something like that. It'll be the prized collection. Yeah, but that's a stunning book, and again, a one
Thanks,
that's
mate.
probably going to rise in value, isn't it?
Yeah,
4.5
definitely. Yeah.
Nice, very nice.
I do regret selling my 49
Right. Yeah.
and 50 because I wanted like the Holy Trinity.
The Trinity. I haven't got a 50. I haven't got a 50 yet, but yeah. Mine are. I was going to ask you, Jason, what's your views on Pence copies? Does that bother you at all?
No, I mean my Avengers one is a Pence copy. Yeah, I do think I prefer Sense over Pence.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the big books, it to me it makes very little difference to me because I'm not looking to sell them on or move them on anyway. They're my personal copies, if you like.
Yeah.
But part of me that's me as a collector, but then as a businessman for other books, I've got to try and have my business head on and think, well, I need to get like Sense copies because they're probably going to sell a bit easier.
I'm the same. My personal collection, it doesn't bother me in a jot. You know, I'm very happy with it.
No.
Okay, Jason. Last thing for you then. Tell a little bit about your channel, what's coming up, and where people can find you.
Okay, well, you can pretty much find me everywhere, pretty much on all socials. Don't do as much TikTok as perhaps I should, but I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm on Threads now. That's the new one, isn't it? I'm on that. Yeah. I'm on Hinge and Grinder. So I'm on all those. All right. I've got a YouTube channel, and I've just passed the 2,500 subscribers actually. So I'll be doing a giveaway very shortly on that. I've just released a video on the London Comic Mart, and I've just done some short videos as well and been messing around with some AI. I know a lot of people aren't fans of AI, but it's comic related and it's interesting. I just put one out about Wolverine.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
It looks quite cool. So there's a couple of shorts out, and I've got a new video coming out. It's going to be released Saturday or Friday or Saturday. I've set it up, scheduled it. I think it's Friday it's coming out, and it's to do with that Secret Wars #8, which I kind of spoiled, but there you are.
Yeah. I mean, superb. And like I said at the start, everybody, Jason's channel is superb. Please do check it out. It's always good fun, always great content, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm sure everybody will as well. Just to kind of direct people, soon as we're finished here, please do head over to the Nerd Herd Comic Book Club. They're reviewing Flashpoint. It's not the best in terms of a book. I don't know if you've read that one, Jason, but it's not a good read. But they're going to review that, so do check out.
Is it not really? I thought it was supposed to be quite good. No.
It's one of those books that was probably very good back in 2011, but when you go back and reread it now, it doesn't stand up. Chess One, Great show. Just sub to your channel, Jason. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chess One. I do appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, mate.
So yeah, please hop over onto the Nerd Herd Comic Book Club. Tell them we've sent you over, and give their review show a bit of a watch. If I can just point you in the direction of this show, this is a new show tomorrow night. Myself and good old Efren, we are going to be talking about our recommended pickups for the month of October. So anybody that buys comic books regular will know that the kind of the, what do you call it? Is it the solicitations are out now for October's books. So we'll be going over and suggesting some of the books that we think you should be reading or picking up. And that's with my good friend Efren. So 8 o'clock tomorrow night on this channel. That's your whack. That has been great fun, Jason. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, mate. Thank you.
Lovely to have you and MJ Comics and everybody doing live shows and content again. So hoping to continue and we can get you on more stuff and I can guest on some of your stuff as well. So thank you for that.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Liverpool.
Yeah, it's going to be white. It's going to be fun. Yeah, going to be fun. There's a good crowd of going to Liverpool Comic Con in is it November or October?
Yeah, 20th of October, I think it is, mate, isn't it?
So I'm sure there will be much fun and joviality on those couple of days. So it's going to be
absolutely.
Great. Yoo-hoo! Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Really do appreciate everybody watching. We've had good views tonight, so thank you for that. And we will catch you all next time. So thanks again, Jason. And take care.
Thank you. Bye guys. Bye.